Hello, humans of the internet. Long time no see. And I'm here with a little breakdown of a sound of our recent single on SBRS called Let Me Go. And some people on Instagram asked for a breakdown of the main synth sound. This one right here. As you can see, my computer is dying. If you want to hear the sound more clean, you can check out the song on Spotify. Whoop whoop. Anyway, first the Midi of the song is super simple actually. It's just 2 notes and between them are 3 or 4 semitones. So it's the most simple chord in the world. Just 2 note chords. So anyway, this is super simple, and like many of our other sounds in our drops, this one is also more like of a sound that you would normally play monophonic, just like a bass sound, and I just decided to play it polyphonic. Now let's look at this sound. First off, there's a lot of processing on this that I will turn off for now. Yeah, like you can see, lots of processing. So fasten your seatbelts, boys and girls, because this could take some time. Now, without the processing, sounds a bit shy, right? Now let's look into the Serum patch. Wavetable is anti-stasis. Yeah, it's from the digital pane whatever folder. And as you can see, this is also just an LFO ruled sound. So you need this LFO curve, classical wobble curve, and it's on 4ths. And you take this one on your first oscillator level all the way up, wavetable position around 52, and then you just get this up. It's unison 2, and the sync, I don't even know if this is even used. I don't know if the sync is doing anything. I don't think so. Next up, we have a sub oscillator, which then gets cut off later with a low cut, but I think it actually does something. Let's listen to this. Yeah, so the sub delivers a more clean signal here. I think this oscillator just sounds pretty rubbish after the filter and stuff, and the sub is much more clean. Also, my first oscillator is also 1 octave down, just like this one here. And you can see here in the noise oscillator, there is a weird noise, the sine C4, and what's that? And for this, to get this, to build this, you should check out a video of the guy AU5. I think it's on YouTube, and I will put a link in here. And I will put the noise here in our Discord for our Twitch sub. So if you're a Twitch sub, you're a good person, and you can get that noise. And this is so important because if I turn this off, now I turn it on. Weird. What's going on here? Because the level is down. The level is not going up. What's going on here is if we go to the matrix, we can actually see that our noise oscillator is modulating the cutoff of the filter. And this is a technique that is shown in the AU5 video that I really liked and that I like to use right now. So we're actually modulating our cutoff with this waveform, which sounds super crazy. And I think this noise is actually just kind of a sign. But anyway, watch his video and he will explain everything. So, while cutting the video, I realized I forgot to show that the noise oscillator is also modulating the sync on the first oscillator. So you need to have sync on your first oscillator, and then you need to modulate the sync there. Then this is, just a band 12 filter. Like you can see, LFO is doing some work here, 43. And some drive, fatness, and the mix is also being modulated. I think just to make it more clean in the end. Now let's go into the effects. We have a little bit of hyper, a little bit of dimension expander. You can just copy the settings. Then some EQ movements, 2-notch filters here. And yeah, that's what I really like to do, to add some character, or I don't know, some mid stuff going on when the sound sounds too flat. So I just automate the EQs here. You can copy this. Then some drive. Also, everything is modulated. I don't know why, because it just sounded cool. It sounded clean to me. Then the flanger is actually pretty high. And the delay, this is like also a pretty classic trick to create some really, really small, almost room-like effects, is to get the delay times really low, just a few milliseconds, and some feedback. Adds just a little bit of room. And then we got a reverb, which isn't doing nothing right now, but it gets automated, I think, in the project, just to get some variation in there. Then what is the macro doing? Okay, and the macro is also on this one, and it's up. So this cutoff is actually higher than it looks, because the macro is changing it. And then there's just a macro to change the rate of the LFO. Now, this is the Serum patch. What's going on after that? Okay, here I added some low, I don't know what's that, 97 hertz. And this one is probably pretty important. This is Subvert. This is a pretty cool distortion unit. It's a bit crazy. You can use different bands and stuff. But I just used one band here, and I just did some wave shaping distortion. I think that's actually everything that is happening here. Yeah, it isn't doing anything else. I'm just using one band, and you can probably get the same effect with a different wave shaper. I was just doing this with Subvert because it's a crazy cool plugin. Now, OTT, pretty high, 39%. So where are we with the sound? We're getting there. And Saturn, and this is, I think, just a preset, saturate and color. Also just saturation. Then we have this EQ. Yeah, pretty crazy EQ. Maybe just copy the settings. And why did I do this? This is the magic question. I don't know, to be honest. As you can see, this chain is super long, and I think many steps in this chain could have been done with only one plugin instead of 3 EQs. But this is how I sound design. I start off with a bit dull sounding sound, then I start adding stuff, and then I think, oh, I could add more of this, and then I could add more of this, and so step by step I get all of these plugins in the chain until I'm really satisfied, which can take a lot with our sound design nerdism. And yeah, so I felt like take out the mids, usual stuff, and I also felt like adding some highs. So after this one, texture. This is also, I think you've maybe seen this on a couple of our tutorials. Just some layering. And it's not even doing something. So you don't even need that. Then some more Saturn. I added one more preset. I don't know, more saturation. I like these saturation presets. They're super cool. Blur, which is like a really small dimension expander or something like that, just to add some room. And reverb from kilohertz. I don't know if this is actually doing anything or if it's just laying there. No, No, doesn't look like it. So this is also just laying there, chilling in the chain, not doing anything. No, this is also just a time shift that's not doing anything. This one is important. Another weird EQ. And yeah, this crazy EQing, you can actually do this on digital sounds, guys, because digital sounds, they don't need to sound natural at all. They just need to sound cool and exciting. So just do the craziest EQ curve you can think of. And yeah, stuff like this comes up. It's just me randomly pushing frequencies until my ears are happy. And last one is the CQ, which I really, really like to get some highs. It's a super simple EQ from Soundtoys. I can really recommend it. And yeah, but I used it in this case to get more mids, like 5 kilohertz, 6 dB. Yeah, some EQing. And here we are. That's the sound. One more layer that is there that is maybe important to you. That's like just a sample that gets triggered and they both play together. And that's it, guys. We hope you liked the song. We hope you liked this tutorial and it helped you a bit. This is also one more chord sound in our tracks. I just can't stop building chord sounds. It's just super fun. So I hope you can recreate this. Watch the video of AU5. It's a really cool video and he's doing a lot of cool videos. And see you next time.